Okay, cool. So I'm here with Louise, who I trained for a decent period of time. And in that period of time, she saw some quite good results. So cheers for agreeing to do this, Louise. So the first question I wanted to ask you really was, before we started working together, what was it you were struggling with?
I've been exercising for quite a while, and I'd done all different types of exercise. So it got to a point where I was getting a bit stagnant with things. My body shape was changing. I was gaining a bit of weight. I had shape, but it was very curvaceous. And I was seeing all the more musclier shapes that ladies can be in. And I wanted to get some of that tone back. And I remember in my 20s, I used to have pretty tight tone. And my physical was good. I wanted to see if I could achieve that, and I'd heard weightlifting was a way that you could do that, but I had no idea how to do it.
What were some of the things that we did that helped you then?
Well, firstly, you just got me on the machines for a start, because it can be a bit scary when you go into a gym and you've got all the big power lifters. So just showing me all the different exercise equipment and how it can be used, talking about my diet and nutrition, which was, I considered myself pretty fit on the diet front as well. I ate well, but I wasn't having enough probably protein, because I had gone from being a meat eater to being a vegetarian, and now I'm kind of mostly vegan. So that's a big impact if you're trying to change your exercise routine. And giving me a bit of confidence generally, just to learn new things. And also you pushed me a lot more. You increased weights where I think in that scenario I probably wouldn't have done it. I learned all of that in a short space of time, but it's invaluable.
Okay, got you. So I was kind of staying on you, forcing you to keep progressing where maybe otherwise, left to your own devices, you would have pooted along in your comfort zone a bit. And you kind of touched on the diet, you touched on the protein. What else did you feel you learned nutritionally, which helped you along the way?
The macro side of things, I had no idea. The apps that you use, all of that was new to me. Nutrition and healthcare and what's important has changed so much. And so I learned a lot about that in a very short space of time, and how actually the variables, if you don't stick with them, it just won't work. And as you said, nutrition is 80% of it. Your exercise is 20%. And it's true. It is for me. You also gave me recipes. Your guide that you sent through of the different types of food, high protein and low fat foods, the things that you can eat, and also things like the oats, the rolled oats, and using the protein powders in them just to jazz things up, because it can get a bit boring after a while. So all of that side of things. I associated protein powders with powerlifters. Seeing them walking around with their little protein shakes. And I thought, I don't want to get bulky, I don't want to get chunky, I want to have tightness. I said to you I wanted to ping.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the aim. And I think the nutrition side of things helped that move forward.
So yeah, leading on from that, what were the results that we managed to achieve?
Pretty good, actually. I'm quite impressed. My butt moved up, definitely. And my legs got more toned, my shoulders, my chest, around my arm area, I could see definition there. And I was really, you probably remember, I was really twitchy about these little rolls of fat just underneath my bra line that I wanted to get rid of. And they disappeared. It's great, because suddenly certain clothes that you weren't wearing were fitting you really well. I had a pair of diesel jeans that I bought 15 years ago easily, and I clung onto them because they were just such lovely jeans when I could fit into them, and I was going to get rid of them, and I put them on and I couldn't believe that they fitted me. So that was 15 years ago that I probably had worn them. So I think that was a massive achievement for me to get in those jeans.
Okay, so final thing I wanted to ask, what would you say to someone who's watching this and is sitting on the fence about starting training and joining onto my program?
I think, you've said this before, and I've said it myself a million times. If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always got. So if you don't make that leap, and even if it's just a session with you to talk through what could potentially be the results, because part of it is just the fear. But I think if you don't make that leap, I'm afraid nothing's going to happen. So just, first have that introduction with you, then have the opportunity to talk through what you want to achieve and realistically how you can achieve it. I think that takes some of the scare away. And I mean, just do it, really.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Louise.